Okay. Hi. My name's Maggie, and so I was watching your video, Crowns and Racism, whatever, and since you were talking about kindergarten first, and now you're on to second grade, I have this story for second grade. So this is what happened. I was about 7 or 8, I guess, or so, for being in second grade, and when I was, um, we were having show and tell, and I was freaking out. I was like, I've got to get the greatest gift. No, not gift. I have to get the greatest thing to show for show and tell. So, I was like, okay, well, I can ask my dad. So I went to my dad. I was like, what could what could I bring for show and tell? And my dad's like, well, if you want to tell them about your history, um, they have, or I have this hand grenade that you can bring because it's I mean, honestly, when I was in second grade, that was the coolest thing ever. I was like, a bomb from World War II. Yeah, it was from World War II. Anyway, so they go. So my dad's like, okay, well, here, I'll write this note for you. So he's like, okay, um, well, this hand grenade, or grenade, whatever you want to call it, this grenade was from World War II. It was used by her. Wait a second. It was used by her great grandfather, and and he would practice with it, and it was never used. It was just for them to demonstrate with. And blah 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 blah. Okay, so it was on a yellow piece of paper that he folded up, stuck in a black container that obviously you can see, and like see the yellow paper in it. So he's like, here, take this to school. So the next day I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna beat these kids because mine is the best. So um, I walk in there and I walk up to my teacher and assistant teacher, which she was a total blah blah blah, and so I said, can I please show this for show and tell? And I opened it up in this black case that was about like this big or so, yeah. And she goes, oh, oh my god, and then she like grabs it and she closes it and she goes, oh my god, and she like walks over, sets it on her desk. So I was like, okay, that's not regular. And so we go on through the day, and then somebody calls my classroom, and they're like, "Hi, can you send Maggie down to the office to the assistant principal?" And I'm like sitting there like, "Oh my gosh!" And so they're like, "Yeah, sure, okay, bye." And then they're like, "Maggie, go down there." I'm like, okay." So I go down there. I go in the office. I look around his room, like trying to find things to compliment on, so I want to get in so much trouble. And then my teacher walks in about 20 minutes later and um, he says, okay, you need to get your stuff. No, what are you doing sitting here? You need to go get your stuff out of my classroom and then come on because everybody's evacuating onto the buses. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I walk into the classroom with my teacher's keys. I get my book bag and stuff. I lock the door back and then I walk and then I get on the bus with everybody else. Then there's like 4 or 5 people to a seat. And my teacher's like, and oh, I'm sitting there with all my friends and everybody's freaking out and they drive us like far away from the school. Okay, so there's about 2 bomb squads, about 3 fire trucks, about 2 ambulance, a whole bunch of police cars, and they're like all out there searching the school and stuff. And So we're all sitting there on the bus like, oh my god, what's going on? Oh my gosh. So I'm sitting there like, oh my god, I should have grabbed the grenade while I was in the class. And I realized that it was me that made the school evacuated. So they brought me back in. They sat me down in the principal's guidance office, and they made. And my mom's sitting beside me crying. My dad's sitting on the other side of me explaining to 8 or 9 police sitting there with us why why I brought it. And after that, um, I got suspended for a week of school, only in second grade, suspended for a week, and I got whoops, okay, and I was put on the news. Well, they didn't say my name, but they said a child from the school, blah blah blah. So yeah, and that's about all I remember from my second grade year. So yeah, I just thought I'd tell you that, and I'm sorry that this video is really long. Well, alrighty. I just thought I'd tell you that. Bye.